Harihi Om, Sai Ram, Vanakkam, Namaskar, Vandanam, Assalamu Alaikum, and Sat Sri Akal. Today, we'll look at happiness, the word called happiness. I mean, most of us probably don't believe that we need a formal definition of happiness because, we know it when we feel it. And we often use the term to describe, I suppose, a range of emotions, joy, pride, contentment, gratitude, all kinds of things. Some people, when they're peaceful, they say, I'm happy. Why? I'm at peace. So many things we associate with happiness. So that is an emotional link. But I want to talk to you about a research that people have done, right, over the years to understand the cause and effect of happiness, bit of karmic relativity here. Many researchers try to define it, so some of them use the term, subjective well-being, and other people just look at it from a satisfaction point of view about, how happy they are in their lives, and the happiness relating to what they do, how they do it, why they do it, with how much money they have, all kinds of, a range of factors can play a role in the emotive happiness of people. But there was a book in America called The How of Happiness. And there, the author was a psychologist. And in his research, he described happiness as the experience of joy or a feeling of contentment, again, positive well-being, combined with a sense of accepting that one's life is good, meaningful, and worthwhile. Now, the second part of the definition is quite striking. The appreciation that one's life is good, again, what is good, meaningful, again, what is meaningful, and worthwhile. So going back to, I suppose, the purpose of life. So happiness is related to all of this. That's my point, right? I mean, this definition can resonate with many. It captures, I suppose, the fleeting positive emotions that are associated with happiness, along with a deeper sense of meaning and purpose in life, and how this purpose can reinforce people during the different stages of their life. So I'm going to share with you a story which I can't remember whether it was during Bhajagovindam or Bhagavad Gita. I may have shared this story, but it is a really useful story to illustrate. Happiness does not mean material possession, right? It means, well, let me tell you the story and then you can decide what it means, right? So there was a boy who was born in a very rich family, very wealthy family, and he had, everything that one could possibly enjoy and all those little comforts, life comforts. One day his father decided to educate him, and he wanted to take him to a country just to show his son how poor people live so he could appreciate his wealthy lifestyle better. So he took the son on a long drive. They came to a small village in a farm, and he said, let's go and see how this poor family lives. Okay. So they spent, a few days camping out there, and the boy was, observing every day, walking, and then they came back. Now, once back in their wealthy home, the father said, son, so tell me, how did you like your trip? And the son said, oh, Dad, it was a great trip, actually, Then the father said, did you notice how the poor people lived in the village? He said, yes, Dad, I remember, we stayed near this particular family who had a farm. The father said, oh, you do? Okay, tell me, what do you remember from that? He said, Dad, we have one dog, but they had 4 dogs. In our garden, we have a pool, a swimming pool, but they have a river with no end. We've got expensive lights and lanterns, but they have the stars above their heads at night. We have the patio, and they have the whole horizon. We have a small piece of land, but they have endless fields. We buy food. They were growing them. We have a high fence for protection of our property and security. They don't need it. because all the friends live around them and they know they don't need any protection. Father was stunned. He couldn't say a word. Then the boy said, "Thank you, Dad, for letting me see how very poor we are." Father said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Yes, we are very poor. They are very rich because they have the happiness that we can never buy with our money, you know." So basically, the true wealth is your happiness. And happiness is not measured by what you have, how much you have, but by love, friendship, attitude, and the attitude of helping others. That is what makes happiness. The key to being happy is knowing you have the power to choose what to accept and what to let go. Let me repeat this. The key to being happy is knowing that you have the power to choose what to accept and what to let go. Remember, happiness is a direction, not a place. It's a direction, not a place. And the direction is always pointing inwards, not outward. So look in the right direction and you will find happiness. Till I see you next. Stay blessed.